We've all had someone we love go on into the next plane of life before us. That's a natural part of life. But why don't they come back to communicate with us? We may be imploring them to contact us, but we don't receive a response. Why? In this video, I explain why you may not be getting the contact from your loved one that you want, that you would like to have. Hello, I'm Dr. R. Craig Hogan, President of the Afterlife Research and Education Institute and Seek Reality Online. I'm the author of 8 books with the evidence you will come to the end of this life, but you will never die. The most important issue for most people, of course, is whether their loved ones who have passed away are all right. I can tell you with great assurance that they're fine. In fact, they're joyous. Everyone who speaks from the afterlife describes their happiness at being without worries, healthy, feeling light as a feather, with a young body that has no aches or pains. They're delighted. The exception is that they grieve when you grieve, and they feel sad at the change in ability to communicate with you. Some may be remorseful if they've wronged someone on this side of life, but they're working through those feelings, and their love is amplified. It's important for you to know that your loved one is available to communicate with you. They may not be around you as much on the earth plane now, but wherever they are, your loved one will come to you, and when you want to communicate with them, they will be there. They don't ignore you or feel anything negative about you. If you're not getting a connection, it isn't because they've found someone else they like better, or they're miffed at you, or anything else that results in a separation. It's just that connecting is as difficult for them as it is for you. You just have to keep up the dialogue. Don't stop because you aren't getting the response you want, or you feel they may not have come to you when you wanted to communicate. They will come to you, and they will work at communicating with you. We just have to work out some methods that will enable you to get the communication and respond. As to why they don't communicate with you often or at all, one reason is that it is difficult for them to communicate with us. It isn't something they can do easily. And just as few people on our side of life are mediums who can communicate with them on their side of life, most people on the next planes of life aren't adept at getting through to us. They do register our thoughts, but may not be able to communicate back easily or at all. They communicate through thoughts, mind to mind. They focus on your mind and try to get a message through. But the subtle messages don't rise to the level that we can become conscious of them. We're just too preoccupied with life to quiet ourselves and let the thought message come up from the subconscious into our conscious mind. At times, you'll suddenly have a memory, perhaps something you hadn't thought about for years. That's your mind connecting with their mind. They're thinking of that memory, or they're focusing on you and sending that memory to you. Thank them for it, and let the love you feel pour over you. It's them communicating with you, mind to mind. You may see a time or a series of numbers often, or you may see their name appear on license plates or television programs. Usually they are with you at that time, focusing on you to look at the clock, or notice the numbers on the license plate, or turn on the television and see the commercial with their name in it. They haven't created the license plate or the television program. They knew it would be available, and they inspire you to attend to it. However, at times they seem to be permitted to make electrical devices function strangely, or butterflies come around, or coins appear, and so on. We don't know how they do that, or why they're assisted in doing that from the other side, but the signs are certainly from them. Nearly all of the communication from our loved ones on the next plane of life, from our guides and from the source, is above and higher than words. They come in understandings that skip the necessity of words. You simply know what they're communicating. However, they also do communicate in words that come to your mind. The sound vibrations that come into our ears when we hear someone speaking on the earth plane are not meaningful when they come into the ear. They're just vibrations. They don't take on meaning until they come into the mind. There, the vibrations are converted into words. When someone on the next plane of life communicates with you, at times you may hear their words. What you're doing is having the experience of the words without the vibrations coming into your ear. The words are just as real as if they had come from someone on the earth plane through your ears. The experience is the same, but it happens mind to mind. The second reason they don't communicate with you often, or at all, is that they're not as worried about you as you are about them, unless you're grieving and unhappy. They now know the truth, that you and they are eternal beings. You'll live your next life and transition into the next plane of life where you'll reunite. But in the meantime, they know you need to continue to learn lessons, and they know they can do very little to help you with your struggles. You have to work them out yourself. They're happy, and they know that you're fine as well. They'll be happiest if you'll be happy. If you're not receiving communication from a loved one, it's because you're not allowing their messages to bubble up from your subconscious to your conscious mind. They are communicating. To receive their messages, sit quietly and relax into a calm, restful state. Then start a dialogue. Say something to them. The first notion of knowledge or understanding is their message to you. Don't expect it in words you hear in your head. It will be in a whole message. It happens immediately, and even before you've finished your statement. If you have to wait for it, you've missed it. Go on to say or ask something else. Carry on a dialogue. You'll get used to having their messages come to you very quickly. You can practice that by daydreaming a conversation with them. Daydream that you're sitting in heaven at a table with your loved one. They're sitting across from you. Imagine them there. Stay with that until you can feel them there clearly. Then say something. In your daydream, they'll reply immediately. You then say something in response. Carry on that dialogue with them. That will get you used to accepting the first thing that comes to you after you make a statement. Continue the dialogue for several minutes. If you don't get into the swing of it the first time, don't be discouraged. Try it again another time. Eventually, it will flow for you. As you get used to it, you'll find messages coming from your loved one that you are surprised at. You didn't originate them. That is them taking over the dialogue. You can have uplifting, delightful, and often surprising talks with your loved one in spirit. You just have to be open and allow the dialogues to flow on their own. They're waiting for you to open yourself to communicate with them. Give them the opportunity to speak to you. You can go through the free online training in how to have an afterlife communication on our website at the link in the description below.